Hello, nerds. I know what you want. You're looking for the rumors, aren't you? Well, you've probably come to the right place, because that's what this is. This is the Rumor Mill. This is a section cut out of the much longer main episode over on the main channel, youtube.com/generallynerdy. The name of the show is The Week in Nerddom. We talk about all of the news related to nerdiness and pop culture and such. And then at the end of every episode, we talk about the rumors. And so you just found a cheat code and you went straight to the rumors section, which is, you know, all right. So let's just cut to the rumors now, shall we? And then we have a rumor mill to talk about. That's right, rumor mill. We have a Clayface update, or a new source for the Clayface rumor. That's a little bit better. We have a couple of Star Wars rumors to talk about, and Kathleen Kennedy really grasping at straws these days, as well as Resident Evil making its way back into the rumor mill for non-video game reasons. So, let's talk about, first up, we have a couple of confirmations. I take that back. One confirmation, one refutation. We'll get to it. The confirmation is Metal Gear is actually happening. The Metal Gear remake, the Metal Gear 3, rather, Metal Gear Solid 3. Let's be very specific here. Metal Gear Solid 3 is happening. The remake now being called Metal Gear Solid Delta. And yeah, we talked about it in the gaming section. This is just, you know, confirmation. Then the refutation that we got is actually a rumor that I did not catch wind of until it was already refuted. That rumor, it has also, as a gaming rumor, has to do with CD Projekt Red, the developer that brought us The Witcher and Cyberpunk 2077. The CD Projekt is not, in fact, looking to be bought by anyone, least of all by Sony. They enjoy their independence, as said by the CEO. Yeah, not happening, refuted. Let's move on. So, new sources for old rumors is where we're going next. We have a new source on the Deadpool 3 rumors. Previously, we've been talking about how Deadpool 3 is supposed to take Wade Wilson through the multiverse, starting in the Fox universe and then ending up in the MCU, and that's how we get Ryan Reynolds' version of Deadpool in the MCU, because presumably they could have another Deadpool that is MCU native and things and stuff. But we know that they are, you know, filming currently in London. And it has been rumored that not only has, you know, Hugh Jackman posted things to his social showing us his Wolverine, we already know this, but rumored that we're seeing Halle Berry on set. So that kind of if this rumor is to be believed, that would confirm previous rumors about Fox Universe. Also reportedly been seeing, I didn't write it down because I just saw the image on my Twitter before I came up to film. I believe it was Ian McKellen's Magneto, and possibly even Patrick Stewart's Professor X. Those two, I think, also, but that might just be me misremembering things saw on a blurry image. So yeah. Either way, I do know that the rumor very specifically mentions Halle Berry. Yeah, that just kind of makes sense in so many ways. Our next rumor, continuing with the Superman Legacy rumors, because it's not going to stop until the movie comes out. First up, we have two very, very good sources confirming, quote unquote, confirming that Brainiac is going to, quote unquote, really be in this movie. The sources can't agree as to what degree Brainiac is going to be in this movie, but they do say Brainiac is going to be in this movie. One of them says he's going to be the primary villain. One of them says he's going to have the after-credit stinger kind of situation. So, yeah, that's a little too disparate to really talk about beyond that, but that's the rumors. We also have another rumor attached to Superman Legacy, and that is who is going to potentially be directing this movie, and that is Andy Muschietti, who is currently directing The Flash, or just directed The Flash, also did the It remake movies, and has done a number of other things. Muschietti, sure, solid. Yeah, I mean, he hasn't done anything horrible, so there's that. We don't talk about percentages for new sources, though. That's why we're rushing through this. We got Clayface. The rumored movie now has a rumored director. Mike Flanagan is now being attached to the director's seat for Clayface. Doesn't seem super freaking likely because Mike Flanagan has a very full plate right now, but, you know, Maybe I'm just reading the situation correctly. Who knows? We'll be keeping tabs for sure. And then our final news source for old rumors has assembled, if you will, a Fantastic Four final casting. So the final casting, according to the rumor mill, for the family, for the first family of Marvel, is Adam Driver as Reed Richards, Margot Robbie as Sue Storm, Paul Mescal as Johnny Storm, and David Diggs as Ben Grimm. That is your rumored final cast according to the rumor mill. I mean, we've talked about all of these because these are all previous rumors. They're just kind of amalgamated into one at this point. So let's get into new rumors, shall we? Because this is where the fun begins. We get to speculate on things. So first up, let's talk about these Star Wars rumors, shall we? So this is kind of new rumor or a new source for an old rumor, but this is a pretty big elaboration, rumor unto itself, because reportedly the Rey movie is no longer a rumor. It is somewhere in development. This new rumor says that as a very transparent last-ditch attempt at winning the favor of the fandom, Kathleen Kennedy has dictated that Mark Hamill and Hayden Christensen are going to be a part of the Rey movie to some degree. Don't know exactly what. The rumor was not specific in that instance, but this one has a little bit of credence added to it because Mark Hamill was asked very specifically about this by Esquire magazine, and he very much danced around the answer. So it kind of lends itself to this. So the likelihood we're giving this specific Star Wars rumor is 80%, just because Kathleen Kennedy is involved and Mark Hamill's really non-answer to Esquire definitely says that this is happening. The other Star Wars rumor that we have has to do with the Ahsoka series. Tamura Morrison has been rumored to be cast as Captain Rex in Ahsoka, which kind of makes a lot of sense because they're still dealing with clone troopers at that time, so he would be based on Tamura Morrison's character in the prequel series, Jango Fett. I almost forgot Jango's name, and I apologize. But yeah, so likelihood for this one, this is way too fan servicey to not give a high probability. This sounds exactly like something Dave Filoni would do, and so 75% likely he will actually do it. From there, we have a Witcher rumor to discuss. Apparently, Dolph Lundgren is being rumored to be attached to the starring position in a spin-off series from the Netflix series that we are getting right now with Henry Cavill and then eventually with Liam Hemsworth. The new series is going to be based on the book Time of Contempt, specifically the rats from that book. I've never read the books, I'm unfamiliar, so I don't know. But season 3 of the Netflix show is supposedly going to be based largely on that book. So somewhere in here we'll get something resembling like a backdoor pilot probably for said Dolph Lundgren series. So we'll be able to debunk this once the series drops, or season rather drops on Netflix. So likelihood here, it comes from a pretty good source, so like it just kind of lends itself very well. Also, Netflix doing everything they can to maintain a good name for the Witcher franchise kind of makes sense. We're going to go 70% likely that this is going to be a thing. From there, we have a new Resident Evil movie being rumored to be in development. The working title, at the very least, of said Resident Evil movie is called Umbrella Chronicles. Interesting. Comes from a pretty good source. This source is usually fairly accurate, but it's the only sort. Nobody else is talking about this just yet. There's no one confirming, no one saying anyone's attached to this project, anything like that. So it's really hard to get any sort of confirmation. We're looking at about 50% likely that we will be seeing an Umbrella Chronicles movie in the Resident Evil franchise. Then we have this one that kind of has my interest piqued a little bit. My Hero Academia is rumored to be getting a live-action Netflix series. Netflix, I'm pretty sure Netflix owns these rights. I don't think they're anywhere else because My Hero Academia, as far as I know, No, I take that back. They are streaming somewhere in the States. So, oof, I gave this a little too high. I was going to say 60%, but no, this seems less likely now. We're going to put this at 50%. This is, again, I should go a little bit lower, but it's a very good source. So we'll say it can go either way, even though I feel like it's probably not likely. And then our final rumor for the episode. Rebel Moon, Zack Snyder's Star Wars movie that wasn't, or that is going to be, but is no longer a Star Wars movie. Rebel Moon, according to the rumor, is that they're going to take this Rebel Moon movie, assuming it does well, and Zack Snyder has a pretty good track record on the Netflix platform, and they're going to turn it into its own franchise. They're going to have many movies, series, etc., 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 all attached to this universe that Zack Snyder is creating. 95%, like, I'm not even gonna like waste your time with the reasons why this could go the other direction. I'm pretty sure they have alluded to this enough at this point that yes, if Rebel Moon does well, and it seems that it's very likely, there's going to be at the very least 2 other movies in this universe. Assuming those movies do well, then we're going to get a series, then we're going to get the anime, going to get X, Y, and Z are going to happen. But yeah, I at the very least think we're going to be getting a trilogy out of the Rebel Moon series. So yeah, 95% likely that that is the case. That, nerds, is where I leave you for the episode. Thank you very much for joining me. Everyone who is on any of the platforms, I'm looking at you, Nerdy Legion, Ben, Big Show Entertainment Network, and any of the other audio outlets. Thank you very much for joining me, nerds. Once again, these were the rumors from the most recent episode of The Week in Nerddom, found over on the main channel, youtube.com/generallynerdy. The name of the show, once again, The Week in Nerddom. Come back next time, because we got lots more rumors to debunk or possibly give some credence to, or what have you and whatnot. Before we go, though, always remember that if it's generally nerdy, it's probably here.